Welcome back to Streetsmart Spirituality with Barbara Becker. In this episode, I'm going to talk about being vulnerable, otherwise known as being naked. Being vulnerable is being your authentic self, being your own person, and speaking your truth, standing up for yourself, and meaning what you say, not telling lies, speaking truth. You notice for yourself when you speak truth, you actually increase your vibration. Your energy field expands. When you are speaking lies, that lowers your vibration and it pretty much shrinks your auric field because you're not radiating the love that's within truth. Being vulnerable is also not only speaking up for yourself, but calling someone out when they have disrespected you. Because self-love is standing up for yourself and not allowing others to disrespect you. That's setting a boundary. So what would be an example of calling a person out? Well, if someone has said something or wrote something about you that isn't true, then you can either call them and talk with them person to person, or you can meet with them someplace and talk with them face to face, or you can even write an email. I don't recommend texting because texting leaves out a lot of the emotion and leaves out a lot of, it holds out to different types of interpretation. I've seen that happen before. And then wires get crossed, people are now miscommunicating, and everything just turns sideways. Another form of being vulnerable is allowing others to be disappointed in you, to be angry with you, and still love them anyway. We call this loving allowance. Now, why would we do that? Because when it comes down to the crux of it all, we are all one. You are me, I am you. You are everyone, and everyone is you. And like Cezanne has explained to us in the Pelagian Diaries, this is all just projection anyway. And when we're done here projecting this human form and we leave this human body, we basically are expressing it in source. And I imagine that we then decide if we're going to not come back here, but project back here, or maybe project someplace else. However, at the same time, I believe that we are everywhere and that we are projecting everywhere. Well, if we're all one, then that would be true, that we are everywhere. And we are everyone. So if someone is upset with you and you are still triggered by that, you can't get over it, you keep ruminating about it, then that right there tells you that it is a project to work on. And it could be around forgiveness and to be able to process that and move on. That may take therapy, that may take time in meditation, it may take a lot of processing, maybe journaling, maybe even talking with that person to clear the air and to be able to move on from that. Hopefully, you'll be able to recognize that that experience right there, that person that is upset with you, that really is a form of love. And perhaps that person is providing that experience for you just to go through that, just to see how fast you can bounce back or get back centered again in that state of love and peace. Holding on to anger can promote illness in your body, and it can promote disease. It could be that a disease will manifest in your gallbladder or your liver, your bladder, your kidneys, your heart. It could happen there. By processing that out, coming to terms with that, coming back to the peace, can either heal or even prevent disease from occurring in that area of the body. In my second autobiography called Expansion, The Journey Continues, I talk about how my body manifested bloody urine. And this bloody urine was a sign for me to understand that I was holding anger within my kidneys and my bladder area. And if I didn't come to terms with that and stand up for myself and walk my truth, it is possible that I could have manifested something even worse. What would be worse? It'd be something like cancer. And that's a bigger issue to deal with than just bloody urine. I sought counsel and I was able to process that within 2 weeks, and all symptoms disappeared. Being vulnerable also is about being yourself and knowing that as humans, we are not perfect. We're not meant to be perfect here. We're meant to have experiences, and some experiences will be easy peasy and others will be very difficult and challenging. If we can perfect the moment, in other words, go through that experience exactly how you are experiencing it and get to the other side of it and be able to look back and look at what you learned from it. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't all for naught. It was meant to be. And when you really look at it deep inside, you'll realize, wow, that experience was a gift that you gave yourself, and it is a gift of love. The ways to be vulnerable can be such as talking with a person, talking on the phone, email, messaging, even texting. You can be vulnerable that way. You can write an autobiography, and you can choose to make that book just for your inner friends and family, or you can publish it publicly. And in your autobiography, you are sharing the experiences in your life. Maybe not all of them, but real good examples that can help someone else see how you walk through it, what you gained from it, and perhaps they will be able to apply that to their life. Or maybe even talk to somebody else and give that example so that person can figure things out for themselves. And lastly, being vulnerable is to be able to laugh at ourselves. I'll talk more about humor in another video, but being able to laugh at yourself, not take yourself so seriously all the time. Also, crying. Crying to me is a ceremony to God's source. It is a form of releasing emotions. When one of my hypnotherapy clients is crying during the hypnosis, that tells me they are very deep. And why do I know this? It's because you cannot fake emotions in deep hypnosis or deep meditation. When I'm in deep meditation or even hypnosis and I'm crying, in the back of my mind, I'm saying to myself, oh, cool, I'm deep. And even though I can wipe my tears off my face, I'm still deep and I'm still receiving the visions and the information coming through. All right. Well, thank you for joining me today for being vulnerable. If you have any questions, please, you can write them in the comments below this video. I'll have information in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And next time we're going to talk about another subject. If there's any subject you would like me to talk about and I haven't covered it yet, or in the future, you can contact me through my website contact page and let me know there. All right. Thank you.